Source of differentiation number one, niche marketing. Trying to be all things to all people is a losing proposition, yet 99% of business owners ignore this most basic truth. I'm here to tell you any real estate agent or entrepreneur resistant to changing their modus operandi from the traditional any warm body with a pulse mentality to laser beam focus on a certain niche like the dodo bird will soon be extinct. Does interstate department store mean anything to you? Yes, no. Doesn't really matter. All you need to know is that it went bankrupt. After years of hemorrhaging money, the company looked at its books and decided to focus on the only product it made money on, toys. They then did something smart. Since Interstate made the decision to focus solely on toys, it changed its name to Toys R Us to reflect its new niche. How about that name? Certainly you recognize it. Toys R Us now does 20% of the retail toy business in the country. If you look at which retailers are in trouble today, it's the department stores, the generalists. Macy's, the world's largest department stores, several years ago filed for bankruptcy. JCPenney and Sears are now on life support, working quickly to retool for survival. These generalists apparently did not learn the lesson of interstate department store. Folks, this is a powerful trend. In every category of business, product, and service, the shift from generalist to specialist is evident. On television, there is no longer just one general cooking show. The Food Network has more than a dozen different specialized shows, one for every interest. Cakes, wedding cakes, cupcakes, cake competitions, etc. ESPN is one of the constant innovators in broadcasting. They have not ignored this trend either. In recent years, they've moved from just a general ESPN.com to catering to specific fans and niches. ESPNBoston.com, ESPNDallas.com, ESPN LosAngeles.com, ESPN Chicago.com, and others. Unless you're an automobile buff, you've probably never heard of the monthly magazine called Hemming Motor News. But while general newspapers like the New York Times and Washington Post, both of which sold recently for less than 10% of the value from just a decade ago, are dying on the vine, Hemmings sells 265,000 copies a month and grosses $20 million a year. The owner of Hemming Motor News, Terry Eric, says his publication is one of publishing's great cash cows. He says, "I'm just a mediocre jockey on a hell of a horse. A horse that just happens to be a hell of a niche publication, serving a niche population of old school car buffs who love them some muscle cars. Face it, we now live in a there's an app for that world. 50 years ago, general information was fine. Choices were limited. For the nightly news, you could tune into one of just 3 channels. General programs were fine. Back then, Colgate only made one toothbrush too, and it worked just fine for everyone. But now, fast forward 50 years, if you're heterosexual, Caucasian, aged 50 or 45 to 50, have one short leg, one bad eye, you have crooked teeth, gingivitis and off-white but not quite yellow teeth, with sensitive gums and foul-smelling breath, guess what? Yep, one of those 200 specialized toothbrushes that Colgate now makes, requiring 2 full store aisles just to shelve, is just for you, made for you, customized for you, exclusively caters to you and your oral problems. Remember when a toothbrush was just a toothbrush? Those were the good old days. But nobody wants a general toothbrush anymore, or anything else general. Times have changed. The internet and mass proliferation of technology and different publishing platforms like Facebook and iTunes Allow people to only pay attention to the things they are keenly interested in. People only want what they judge to be just right and perfect for them. They want to be able to look at a product or service and instantly know this is for me. This desire for customization applies to every aspect of their life. I created my niche-only program concept, specialized real estate services for different niches, teachers, military, nurses, firemen, and police officers, to capitalize on this trend. Who you are selling to. The niche you choose is more important than anything else. If you have a farm of chickens, cows, pigs, ducks, mice, rodents, and 37 other kinds of critters, it's damn hard to feed everyone the right food, perfectly suited for them. But if you've got only cattle, or only pigs, or only chickens, and if you've ever seen the controversial documentary Food Inc., then you know just how easy it is and can be to craft the perfect hormone cocktail perfectly suited for just that animal to maximize its growth. This same truth can be applied to all businesses and sales professions. You need a farm of one kind of animal. Only then can you craft the perfect diet, the perfect marketing message to maximize growth response from that target niche. The vast majority of ordinary business owners with ordinary incomes and a never-ending list of ordinary complaints about how hard they work with so little to show for it have this in common. They have a farm of 37 different kinds of animals, and they're trying to feed all 37 animals the same food. Here's the problem. Deer don't like cheese, rats do. And rats don't like salt licks, deer do. Solution, get rid of 34 or 35 or 36 of the 37 animals and get really good at cooking just 1, 2, or 3 special dishes perfectly suited for those 2 to 3 carefully selected niches. I am here to tell you the biggest leverage you're going to find taking small amounts of money and getting big results. Small amounts of effort and getting big results is learning, understanding, and implementing niche marketing. It's very simple. Riches in niches is how you defeat mega agents. Niche marketing is where the money is. Nobody else in your marketplace practices niche marketing, not correctly. By doing so, you clearly identify your products and services, your business, and yourself as the specialist for them. The response you want from people when they see your marketing and advertising is for them to say, if not aloud, at least in their head, this is for me. Should you need to prove to yourself how powerful this trend has become, just stroll down the vitamin aisle on your next visit to the grocery store. Better yet, pay a visit to GNC. Vitamins for women, vitamins for men, vitamins for athletes, vitamins for male athletes, vitamins for female athletes, vitamins for seniors, vitamins for active seniors, vitamins for active seniors with osteoporosis, vitamins for pilots to promote vision and eye health, vitamins for weight management, vitamins for strong hair, skin and nails, vitamins for sexual well-being, vitamins for joint and muscle support, vitamins for brain and memory support, vitamins for detox and cleanse, vitamins for stress management, vitamins for blood. Okay, anyways. And folks, these are just categories. Within each category, there's another dozen or more specific options, each catering to and promising specialized benefits. The more narrowly defined the niche is, the more specific we can customize the bait to catch only that specific kind of fish we wish to catch. Not to mention the more powerful that bait becomes because, as Dan Kennedy calls it, its message to market will match. Exclusive niche marketing is the foundation which all other forms of differentiation can be built. In the pages that follow, figure 1.1 through 1.5 are several of the first ads I ever wrote, catering to niches after discovering this concept. After a year of failure and only selling 2 homes in my first 12 months. In my first 60 days of niche marketing, I put almost $40,000 in commissions under contract. Riches and niches. It's not a myth, it's the truth.